So let's see if I can start my story that I want to share with you guys. So the first part will probably be a little boring because, I'm going to start when I was a child. So here we go. And I'm going to be doing my nails while I'm doing this. So I was born in a little bayou town in Louisiana. So my dad was a fisherman, trawler, shrimp, stuff like that. So when I grew up living on his boat 2 weeks at a time. Now he had a fairly big boat for that time frame, and it had a cabin and it had bunk beds in it. Where my mom had one bunk, my dad had the top bunk, and me, I slept on the floor. So what I remember most about my childhood and living on a shrimp boat is that I could remember laying on the floor and my dad starting the engine up for the early morning pull, and the engine would vibrate so much on the floor. I could smell the engine, I could feel the engine. That was really soothing to me. When something comes around me that symbolizes that, or it's close to it, it's a comfort. I mean, it's a memory. Today's kids would have never survived living on a shrimp boat, even with no bathroom. We used 5-gallon bucket. I mean, and we had to wash up in a little wash pan. I grew up old school. Some of you may have also. My parents was in their 40s before I was born. So there you go. So I got raised like they raised the older ones, pretty much. And so we lived on ham sandwiches and potted meat sandwiches and Vienna sausage and of course fried shrimp and crab and things like that. So while we were on the boat. So, and I literally worked when I was on the boat. I mean, when I was as far as I can remember walking, I was on the boat and I was helping separating shrimp and doing all of those things. And I could just remember when we would finish for the day and my dad would go to dock for the night. We would go in the nearest canal and he'd anchor out on bank. And the porpoises, we don't have dolphins in the lakes here, we have porpoises. Well, they would follow our boat, and because we would scrape off all of the excess, the fish and stuff that we didn't want, that was getting scraped right back into the water, and the porpoises was there to eat, and they would follow us. They would follow us in the canals, and you can hear them at night while they were just waiting for us to maybe leave for the morning or what have you. But you can hear them at night. You can hear the crickets. It was so silent. No TV. We had nothing. My daddy had a CB if we had problems. But you can hear the crickets, and you can hear the porpoises when they'd come up for air. You can hear psh, and they'd go down, and then psh. It was just so awesome, to live in nature like that. I mean, I would never ever want to change my childhood memories from that, because today's kids have no idea of how we were pretty much forced to survive and live, and we loved it. We loved it. So nothing was given to us. I worked for as far back as I can remember. Like I just said, picking shrimp. My dad would pay me so much a bushel. So what next? Let me tell you. So one day we're coming back. Excuse my hair. I had to get it out my face. One day we were coming back from trawling, and I was probably in my maybe 11-ish or something like that. And we got stuck. Like, we were just like very, very, like a mile from our home. And we got caught up in a water spout. That's like a mini tornado, if you're not sure what a water spout is. Well, we got caught up. My dad